Hi, I'm Conor Heaney. I am an optometrist and I'm owner of Jones & Co. Styling Opticians in Manchester in England. And I'm here in New Orleans running a mastermind event for 30 private practice owners from all over the US. And we're meeting here in beautiful New Orleans for this weekend. So what is Optical Success Academy? What is it all about? Optical Success Academy is a business coaching program for independent practice owners who want to increase their revenue, they want to increase their profitability, and they want to run a better business with better systems, and they want to have a stronger team, and they want to have more freedom with their time to have a good life as well as a good practice. So Optical Success Academy is the only coaching program where you get to look over the shoulder of one of the UK's most successful practices, and I'm sharing everything that I'm doing in my practice to get industry-leading results. And I think that's really important, that it's based on stuff that I'm doing and stuff that is actually happening in reality. So none of what we talk about in Optical Success Academy is theory. It's all based on real-world results. I very much practice what I preach. And I think that's important because theory always sounds really good, but running a business is hard. It's messy, it's chaotic, it's often stressful. And most practice owners that I know aren't looking for nice theory. They're looking for something that works, real-world results, something that's proven and something that they can make work in their practice with their patients and their team. So how do you help people? How do we help people at Optical Success Academy? We help practice owners to solve the biggest problems that exist in their business. So we have unique strategies that I've created from the ground up in my practice, and these are not the same old tactics that you hear everywhere. I think if you want results and profitability that's well above average, then you have to take a different approach. You can't do the same old things. So we give you strategies for attracting more patients and making marketing your practice much less confusing and far more effective. It's about really attracting, I think, the right clients, and it's about clearly communicating the unique value that they can get in your practice that they can't get elsewhere. And I think as an independent practice, as a private practice, you can make a really strong case for how you can deliver something very different and far more valuable to your clients than what they can get at a Warby Parker or a VisionWorks or a Walmart or a Costco. And I think that's really the essence of effective marketing, is the ability to communicate that. You have to answer that question for all your patients and your prospective new patients. There's a question that really you do need to answer and think a lot about. And this question is, why should I choose to do business with you versus all the other options available to me, including the option of doing nothing? So that's the question in your client and your patient's head that you need to answer. So the question again that you need to answer for all your prospective new patients is, why should I choose to do business with you in your practice versus all the other options available to me, including the option of doing nothing? And we show you how to answer that question brilliantly, as well as back it up so your practice is more unique and it is delivering so much value to your patients that they love spending money with you. And by the way, if the reason your patients come to you is just because you happen to take their insurance, that's a really bad reason, and you need to fix that. That really makes you a commodity. But what you need to do is make your practice different and make it unique. So a big part of how you deliver that is you have to have an effective system for selling in your practice. So how you and your team sell effectively and ethically, and it has to get results as well, your selling system. So we help our members increase their average eyewear sale by an extra $100 to an extra $400. And the good news is it's easier than you think once you have a system to follow. So if you think about it for a moment, what is an increase of $100 on average for your average eyewear sale? What's that worth to you? So if you do 1,000 dispenses in a year, that's worth an extra $100,000 of revenue. If you do 2,000 dispenses in a year, that's worth an extra $200,000 of revenue. But one of the little known secrets is that most of the practice owners we work with, they do more with less. So what does that mean, doing more with less? Well, what it means is they see fewer patients, but those patients end up spending more, up to $400 on average or more. So you can see fewer patients. You can remove a lot of the stress and a lot of the inefficiencies from your practice. You can make much more money with more profitability and with more time. So this is how you start to get your time back. And again, this is not theory. It's real world results. I'm doing it in my practice. Our members in the US doing it, growing their practice, making more money, and actually seeing less patients overall. So this is a very different strategy than just growing by adding more and more volume to your practice. I really think that's a bad strategy if you're just trying to grow by adding more and more and more people. and a lot of those people are not the right fit for your practice. That creates all the stress in your practice. That creates all the headaches. That means you're run ragged between patients, seeing too many people that aren't the right fit and they don't appreciate you, and your staff are stressed out and your customer service goes down. All that stuff happens from too much volume and not enough of the right kinds of patients. So this is a very different way of approaching how to grow your practice. And one of the other big ways that we help practice owners in Optical Success Academy and in our program is we help them with their staff. So staff is possibly the biggest headache that you have. Because you have to find staff, you have to hire them, you then have to inspire them, and then sometimes you have to fire them. So the thing that I think is important to realize is staff and building a great team is essential if you want to have a successful business. If you want your business to reach its potential, if you want to be highly profitable, to give you the freedom to not work at the practice all the time, then it comes down to building a great team. I'm running a unique business because of the strategies I have for building a team. And I go as far as to say that your team is the one thing that will affect your happiness and your stress levels as a business owner more than anything else. So you really have to get this piece of the puzzle right for your business. And it's just too painful and too costly to not have that, not to get that bit right. Because I think you deserve and you can have a brilliant team who run your business amazingly well for you and for your patients and your clients. So I would urge you to not put that off and address that. And the only other path to solving that problem is just paying and getting beat up by your business and getting beat up by your patients. So I really can't emphasize how important your team is going to be to your growth and your profitability and your fulfillment as a happy business owner. So what is the next step? If you want to solve these problems and start getting the kind of practice and lifestyle you had in mind when you first started the practice, then the next step is to request the free report I've written. It's the 9 keys that unlock the hidden profits in your practice. That's where you should start. Request the free report at opticalsuccessacademy.com. And if you have questions about how the Optical Success Academy program can help you in your practice and your particular situation, then email my assistant, Lacey Holmes, at info@opticalsuccessacademy.com and just tell us a little bit about your practice, and Lacey will let you know more about the program and how it works and how it might fit for you. I'd encourage you, though, to start with the report first. Get the 9 keys that unlock the hidden profits in your practice. That's the best starting point for you. So I hope you enjoyed this little episode from New Orleans, and I will see you soon.